some local alpha from our Miami event.
Oh, you got
The
some
lore, the
local
lore
alpha?
would be cool. It's been a while. We haven't heard about the lore, so yeah, I'm excited about it.
Awesome, man,
Yeah.
because we have some pretty exciting stuff to talk about in terms of lore.
Cool, cool.
Let's just wait for a few minutes. We have people joining us.
Okay, I just posted an announcement. Okay, okay. We have some people joining.
From every
So just
corner of the space.
Oh yeah. So Jose, man, how have you been?
Santi, I'm awesome, man. I have been pre-loaded with awesome stuff to share with the community. And yeah, man, I can't wait until they give me the green thumb to start releasing what we have been brewing for you guys. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
man.
How about you, Santi?
Yeah, man. It has been fun as always. Lots of things coming for the community and by the community, which is even more exciting. So yeah, man. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this as always.
And Santi, we must tell the community that the team of Star Atlas, really liked what you guys displayed in the last brew, about the games, about the projects that you guys have been doing, and it fills our hearts with joy, to know that you guys are so passionate about it. And I think I speak for myself, for Santi, and for everyone in Star Atlas that this is awesome, like you guys are living the same dream as us. We are sharing all this positive energy. We are building so much stuff here in the backstage, and the coming weeks might be pretty exciting in terms of development. And yeah, yeah, we are excited for what's to come, right, Sensei?
Yeah, we are. We are. There are a lot of things coming, so I think everyone can be excited. So, what do you think if we start, Jose? What do you think?
Yeah, it's time. It's five. We have 5 minutes. Everyone is sitting there with their brews. So yes, Sensei, please do the honors.
Okay, perfect. So we have a good agenda for today. We are going to do our classic theory crafting with Jose. He has prepared some good stuff for us regarding Titans and lore and and much more. I know that Jose always has something else. And we have a little surprise that for you guys that we can start with that maybe. We have here. I see some Star Atlas team members in the voice chat. I see Pablo and I see Harrison. So Pablo and Harrison, if you want to say hi to the community, feel free to open your mics.
Hey everyone, first time on the Star Atlas Brew. Really excited to be here and talk to the community. I'll let Santi
Okay,
and
man.
Pablo take it from here. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Welcome
What's
to the Atlas
brewing,
Brew.
guys? What's brewing?
Hey, Pablo, man.
Hey,
I
Pablo.
smell
How
it.
are
I
you
can smell
doing?
it. It
Hey, Harry.
smells good. It smells good.
It surely does, man.
Smells like coffee. It smells like coffee.
It smells like
Yeah.
cacao. A little bit of cacao, a little bit of different plants. Smelling good.
Different plates. I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So
welcome.
yeah,
Hey, everyone. Happy to be here. I've been tuning in a couple times, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've talked to the community actually, like on Voice and Discord. So excited.
yeah,
Yeah, here in Miami, been with Harrison at the event as well as with Michael and Stefan, a few other engineers. Um, Solana ecosystem is growing by the day, and every time that they launch a new hackathon in a new city, the community seems to be just raging with a lot of energy and what's really fun, the building, right? So Solana has been in Lisbon. Is when I think they launched their first series of hackathons during Breakpoint. And they've been to many cities since then, including Prague and New York, LA, a few other cities, I think, and now in Miami. So really excited to be a part of this hackathon here in Florida. If you were here, what you would see is a lot of Star Atlas stickers and tagging all over the compounds. Harrison and team have been spreading our stickers and putting them everywhere. But yeah, think of like sort of a Web3 playground. There's a hackathon area where there's an arcade and indoor computer lounges where builders are building and chewing glass, like they like to say here in Solana. And then there's a whole concert venue where there's going to be DJs later this week, along with food trucks and outside booths, and people doing live painting and showing their NFTs. There's also a big lounge where tomorrow we're actually going to take stage with Michael from Star Atlas, as well as Avi, who's the head of strategic at FTX, as well as Austin Verts from Audius, head of crypto, and Chico, who is a big influencer in the community at Solana, and Bartos, who will be representing Solana. I will be moderating this panel, and that's going to take place at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. We will be doing a live stream of this as well as recording. So for those who want to catch it at a later time, you can see it. Man. Yeah, so a lot of things happening, and hopefully we can share some more content while we're out here.
Yeah, I know that Harrison is out there now. So Harrison, why don't you give a brief introduction of yourself and what you do at Star Atlas, and then show us a little bit of what is going on in Miami.
All right, happy to do that. So I'm a market research analyst on the growth team, and Pablo has basically asked me he's given me the mission to find the blue skies and green fields in Solana and the metaverse to expand Star Atlas into, to grow it into a vibrant and beautiful project in new and innovative ways. Just digging into the weeds of every area I could conceivably do so. Yeah, that's a quick little short summary of what I do. Santi, is my video on?
I don't see your video, man. I don't see your video yet. But yeah, let me tell you, you have been doing a great job, Harrison, man. We love to have you on the team, and it's great that the community got to know you already. So that's great. Not sure if you can turn your video on. Oh, video chat isn't available for more than 25 users. So okay, it's all right. It's all right. So tell us what you see, like what is in the Star Atlas booth, and then we will share some images if you share with us some pictures.
Yeah, I'll send those images in a little bit, but basically we've got 3 gigantic bays with these awesome cars with gigantic monitors, all those beautiful pieces of artwork and ship concepts that the Star Atlas community has been enjoying for these past months are like IRL and displayed in their full glory. We've got a couple arcade booths here with those trailers playing. It's just a wonderful, vibrant atmosphere. So many people are talking and building and exchanging ideas, wanting to collaborate and build Star Atlas and take it in new and wonderful directions.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. I know that everyone wants to see what's happening. So when you have those images, please share them with us.
There's a lot of fans. Yeah, like, there's tons of fans, guys. Like they're loving the updates, the Atlas Star. There's people with a lot of ships that are just coming up to us and taking photos with Michael, and you're seeing it on Twitter, and there's just a lot of people who know us. I mean, I haven't spoken to anyone who doesn't know about us. And that just goes out to everything that you do, Santi, and everything that the community does to bring awareness to what we're building here, and what the future of the metaverse is like.
Yeah, man, and I think I speak for everyone here that we can't wait until the time that we can do the Atlas Brew live with everyone there, and also the town halls. It must be a crazy feeling to meet community members and Star Atlas fans in real life. I can't wait until we
I
have
can't wait for that thing,
yeah,
Santi.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You just gotta watch out your pockets. You know, they come out of nowhere, just like start hugging you, and you're like, wait, like what's going on? You know,
Man, this is awesome,
crazy, a
man.
lot of fun.
yeah.
That's so
So
cool.
yeah, thanks Pablo, thanks Harrison for sharing what you guys are doing in Miami. It brings us a little bit closer to you guys out there in the US. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing.
Anytime,
Well, we miss
Santi.
you, man. We'll do it again. We'll do it again, and we'll try to do some video. We need to figure out how to do like live stream in Discord, but yeah, man, we'll send some videos.
Perfect, man. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna tune in for a
Awesome.
bit.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for staying with us, man.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
So now,
Santi.
Jose.
Santi,
Oh man.
Santi. Yeah,
You
it's
know
time
what's
for
coming. You know what's
yeah,
coming.
yeah, the time is due. So it's time for us to start speaking about the main plots of today's story, right?
Yeah. Let me speak a little bit before. Just I want everyone to
Sure.
remember that right now you need to think about Jose and me as community members, as you guys, because
Yes,
what we
this
are
is
doing
important.
here, is pure theory crafting, and nothing should be taken as alpha. Remember that, guys. Nothing should be taken as alpha. Maybe we drop some alpha. Maybe we do, Jose. Not sure if we have something prepared, but
But it's not alpha.
yeah,
It's not
it's
alpha.
not alpha. Yeah, we are
It's
theory
not alpha.
crafting.
Remember
From
that
now
we are
on,
doing theory
from my
craft here.
yeah,
If we see
from now
someone
on,
saying that we are dropping alpha, we'll ban you from the Discord. You know,
you're gone. Yeah.
you're gone.
So yeah, just a little disclaimer. The little
Sounds like
disclaimer
give us
there.
like a secret signal, innit? Like cough or something, so we know.
Alpha, alpha. You know,
This is alpha.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
guys.
just a little information if you are new in the Star Atlas Brew. If you can't speak, what you can do is we are reading the Atlas Brew chat always. We have it open. So if you can't speak, you can communicate with us through the chat on the Atlas Brew. Dominic just posted instructions on how to make push to talk work in case you want to speak, because you will need to have push to talk activated in case you want to join the conversation. So now with all said, let's move on. Let's start. Jose, what do you have for us today? I know that
Yes,
you will be
Santi.
taking the lead a little bit on this one.
Yeah, man, we have so much to discuss about Titan ships. This is somewhat, you know, it's one of the dreams of Star Atlas, you know, like to be the owner of one of the few Titan ships. And we have so much thing to talk about in terms of lore. So, yeah, I guess we can start with the Titan ships, you know, because our community members have been sending me DMs. Jose, when you're talking about ships, when Titans, and stuff like that. So, when Titan?
When?
When?
That's the
Okay.
big question.
Okay, joking.
No. We can't
No,
start like
this is joke,
How
guys.
much?
This is joke,
How
guys.
much?
How much?
Much.
So-
I don't care when. How much?
So yeah, what I want to do here today regarding the Titan ships, I have a mission today. You know, I'm actually launching some ideas that comes from my personal studies about the Titan ships with the information that's already public for everyone. You guys need to remember that Santi and I aren't from the game design team. We are from the comms, but what we do is that we are very passionate about Star Atlas, as you guys know. So I try to research every single bit of information, every fragment that people says in the foundation room and stuff like that. And I try to come up with plans. And I laid those plans to you guys and we discuss them. And our community teams, the ones that are actually responsible for developing the mechanics of the game, they hear us, Like what happened with Chip and the loot system in the high risk zone, you guys nailed it. You guys were a very important part of the process of rephrasing the loot system, redoing it in a manner that I think that's really, really interesting. Talking about assurance, talking about game structures, and that's why you are here. We are here to help Star Atlas become a better project. There is a reason why we are sharing so much information with you guys at this stage of development, is that because we want to launch the most perfect possible game ever. So what we are going to do now is this kind of exercise. I am bringing some topics about Titan ships, things that are public, and then we are going to discuss it. And the first topic of our conversation is some clarification about what are the Titan ships. And I would like to start with the lovely quote from our Gal brochure regarding the nature of the Titan ships. It goes off like that. The ultimate piece of spacing traveling hardware. Titan-class ships support massive crews and full colonies with self-sustaining ecosystems on board, equal to the firepower of a large space station, plus an entire fleet of lesser ships. Securing your territory has never been easier. I don't know about you, Santi, but I just love this poetry. Like, man, Titan ships are a class of their own. And the first interesting thing about Titan ships is that we have only 4 of them disclosed yet.
Oh
The
yeah.
Busan Let's Stand MK third, the Pierce T1, the Finbull Echo Super Phoenix, the Visus, and the last one, the Visus Tenet. I tried to make it possible for us to declare the North Star as a Titan ship, but so far Dan told me that I can't come up with ships on my own. I don't know
The
why.
Nude
We
Star.
we need the North Star, man. It's the unique multi-class Titan ship. But someday, maybe we can vote this on the Police Dow. Who knows? The future of Star Atlas is on our hands.
You got my boat, man. You got my boat.
I'm sure of that, Santi. But let's start by the Titan ships that we have right now. We don't have much information on each of them, but what we do have is some notion about their capacities regarding the many different fronts of Star Atlas gameplay. And the first thing that I would like to highlight about the Titan ships is that, in my opinion, the supreme power of the Titans is not their firepower, but better, their logistic capabilities. Because when we are talking about a Titan, the first thing that we need to remind ourselves is that we are talking about a structure that's carrying like hundreds, if not thousands, of players in the space. And this is actually very interesting from many points of view, because players will be the main force of the game. Of course, we'll have crew members that are NPCs in the game, so we can have those big ships flying around. But the human capability, the human abilities while riding a ship, while doing the activities that the NPCs are doing, they will be simply better. Players are better than NPCs by default. So this is a community-driven game. So when we have a ship that's able to carry a fleet of thousands of players across space, this is a huge advantage in any front. And even more than that, it's not only carrying players. The Titans, as the concept says, as a colony level construction, it's carrying lots and lots of fleets. So whenever you are facing a Titan, you won't be facing the Titan alone. You'll be facing the Titan plus the entire fleet that he can carry across space. This is important in many points of views. Like, for example, you'll be facing the Titan, you'll be facing the fleet, but that fleet that the Titan is carrying, it won't be wasting their fuel, while the Titan is flying around the space. And this opens up, in my mind, many interesting possibilities in terms of invasions for the Titan ships, Like, for example, the Titan ships will probably have the best warping mechanism. So, I believe, this is personal opinion, that they will be very fast, from flying from one place to another. So the owners of the Titans, they might be able to cover lots of space in terms of, a soft power, which is the second topic that I would like to develop with you guys, that the Titans owners don't actually need to use the Titan to be using the Titan, Because, yeah, when people know that, for example, your guild has a Titan ship, even if you don't take him for a war, they will need to prepare for the possibility of you using it there in the war that you are fighting or in any other system. It's a very interesting form of soft power because the
Very good
entire
point.
yeah, right,
That's a
Santi,
very good
because
point.
the entire universe knows that you have a Titan. This is not the sort of information that you can keep under wraps in Star Atlas. So whenever a Titan ship appears in the horizon, you can be 100% sure that our Discord chat will be filling with, man, the Super Phoenix is close, man. What is happening, man? You know? I'm sure that we'll see lots of very interesting movements in the wars of Star Atlas regarding the Titan ships. Because one thing that's really interesting that our economical paper says is that wars in Star Atlas, conquest of territories and stuff like that, they won't be fast endeavors, The faction movements in the economical paper foresees that evasion plot in Star Atlas for the complete conquest of a territory might even take, 2 months, for a region to be taken from a planet or something like that. So yeah, when we have this kind of time span, of course, everything that we are talking here is under production, it's under theory crafting for the development team. But if you think like that, the power of Titans really grows because he just needs a moment to make a huge difference in a long-term war. So the Titans can actually be used in many fronts if you play your cards right.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
I have a question.
Let's...
How do you
Yes.
destroy a Titan?
Oh.
That's the $1 million questions, right?
Only a
Only
million?
more than million. Yeah.
Yeah, more than 1 million questions. And this is actually, Bohemian, something that I want to touch really soon in our conversation here, because I'm sure that every single guild here in the Atlas Brew right now is looking forward to that answer, How to
They
destroy a
already
Titan.
tried to by the way, everyone knows I already tried to destroy a Titan in my story, and I did not do it. Okay, or maybe I did. Who knows? Because I'm rewriting it anyway. But I want it from my story because I want to destroy a Titan, and I'm working on the idea. Have you guys thought how are the Titans invincible? I mean, can they be destroyed? Let's start with that.
Yeah, this is actually a really good point. And I'm gonna tell you that I have imagined a few scenarios where a Titan might be destroyed. But first, I'll tell you that the first scenario that comes into my mind is that two Titans facing each other, right? And, in my opinion, we won't see that happening anytime soon in Star Atlas. And why is that? Because Titan ships owners will most likely have a gentleman's agreement between them.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe so, because they are such a huge investment in terms of, capital, for one Titan ship to be destroyed.
Yeah, you used the word gentleman. That was like in the 18th century, right? They were gentlemen. What is
Yeah,
a gentleman in the 21st century? What about in the 27th century?
yeah, we need to figure that out yet, We need to come up with something like that because this is going to be necessary in Star Atlas, Because as I was saying, Bohemian, what I think that's gonna happen is that the Titan owners will make a pact between them, you know, at least at the earliest stage of the game, where when we have just 3 or 4 Titans, and they will go like, yeah, let's stay away from each other, So yeah, it's better for everyone if we don't make a mess in the space. Because when I think about a Titan ship engaging another Titan ship, I think of chaos, and it's large scale chaos. Like for example, we can imagine a something that will make like thousands of players to meet a considerable losses, in a matter of hours, if not minutes, when we have the playing Titans right. And yeah, this will be a huge achievement in Star Atlas, because I'm pretty sure that I don't know if our pirates friends are here. Yeah, I see a couple of them. And I remember something that Bomber said once, that the Pirates Guilds have this achievement for the destruction of a Titan. Like it's the highest tier achievement inside their guild if they manage to take down one of the Titans. And I think that many guilds will do that or aim to do that because of the prize in money, of course. But it's not gonna be so easy. It's gonna be so easy. And one of the reasons that I think it's not gonna be so easy is not that you can't take the Titan by itself, but because I think that the Titans will work like cities, especially in the high risk zone. Because this is also a huge advantage for the Titan ships, Since they are a colony levels organization structure, you'll be able to do negotiations in the Titan. It's mostly natural, right? People will be living there. People will be trading stuff. People will be bringing their ships. The people sell their ships. And imagine the possibilities that you have.
I have a question.
Sure.
How was Rome destroyed?
Rome destroyed? Rome was destroyed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting
The
question,
orgies,
Pablo.
the orgies
You
did
know?
it.
Corruption,
Yeah,
politics, and the invasion of the barbarians.
exactly. Right. It's like a compilation of things, and a lot of it is internal. Right. It's the corruption of the human
Yeah.
mind. And I wonder at what point the stress is going to be so big for the Titan owners or the city leaders of a Titan that corruption is going to lead to their fall.
Man,
Internal corruption.
That's a
Pablo,
really good point.
this is actually the last topic that I wanted to talk about. The guy who owns the Titan, because man, imagine that you are with your multi-million-dollar structure, one that generates revenue for your guild, for your whole ecosystem, everything. Well, there's no guild in Star Atlas that will be immune to the laws of a Titan. It's simply absurd to think about that, And there will be that player that owns the Titan, and that guy is only human. That guy is, of course, he'll have friends, he'll have the background from his guild, but Star Atlas is a political game by nature, guys. When we're talking about Star Atlas, we are talking about police, about governance, we are talking about espionage, we are talking about shady deals as well, because this is, as Pablo said, part of human nature, And when the guilds, and another thing, probably a guild won't be enough to hold a Titan. Maybe you need an alliance of players to hold a Titan. And part of the crew might be from each of the guilds that compose the alliance that will maintain the Titanship, So there for me lies the possibility of having your Titan destroyed. Inside, as Pablo said, for me, this is the clear risk for a Titan owner is inside his own Titanship. And it's mind-blowing to consider how this will play out in the world of Star Atlas. What do you guys think?
Big ship, big responsibilities.
A lot of money. You make it sound like it's going to cost like $10 million.
We don't know how much they will cost
I
because
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, there will be auction.
Yeah, and imagine the possibilities in the economical level, right? Because whoever has a Titan will pretty much have a very safe place, a very safe moving city inside the right risk zone. Imagine how this could leverage the mining positions, the trade of goods, the delivery, the logistic industries, in Star Atlas, But that's to show that the Titan ship's main purpose might not be fighting. The Titan ships might be, like a really form of soft power, like, don't mess with me. Let me do my things here quietly. Otherwise, I'll show you how the skies turn black when I reach your worlds. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the actors of Star Atlas engage with those titans. Those guilds trying to come up with plans to take them down. The guilds that owns the titan with plans to keep it safe, to keep it profitable. Because another thing that you guys need to consider is imagine how much resources a 1,000-player Titan ship will eat per day when our Opal jets are ever so hungry, man. Imagine that. Like, what you need to keep this Titan ship floating in the space? You need to make profit of it. Otherwise, it will become a liability to you and your guild. So it won't be possible to just sit your Titan there without doing anything. The maintenance costs will be high. So it's a very complex idea to try to acquire Titanship because people will be looking at you. People will be desiring your Titanship. And yeah.
The biggest flex having a Titan ship, I would
Yeah, it's
say.
some would say that this is the biggest and most powerful asset in Star Atlas. So if you can maintain your Titanship, well, you can say that you are among the top guilds and the top players of the universe of Star Atlas for sure. You know?
Yeah, true.
Okay, I
And
definitely need to know how to destroy them.
well,
Yes, Lumina, please, man.
yeah, I mean you're absolutely right, and not just that. If somebody or
Lumina, I guess we lost you to the push to talk.
hold on, it's the push to talk thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I mean, one thing if a player or a company or an investor buys a
Oh no.
so that's one thing. If a player or an investor buys it, but just think about it. I completely agree with Jojo. Uh, Destroying a Titan will take maybe years. Probably we won't be able to probably see. Maybe our sons and daughters will see it. But I'll tell you this: if a Titan is destroyed in Star Atlas, it's not going to make headlines in Star Atlas. It's going to make headlines on CNN and big companies as well, because you'll see this multi-million-dollar asset on Solana blockchain in a game called Star Atlas is destroyed. I mean, that's just it's going to make big headlines. So owning one is one thing, but destroying one, I don't know if we will be able to see it in our lifetime. To be honest,
Well,
Really good point, bro.
I want to clear something up. When I say destroy, I don't mean destruction per se. I mean there's several ways of destroying, and one of the ways of is by taking over, controlling it, blackmailing, cahooning, politically, maneuvering. So the Titan becomes basically not 100% operational against your faction. It can be manipulated. It can be pushed. You can cut supply lines to the food supplies to the Titan, so it cannot travel too far. You can destroy the resources that it needs. I mean, this is like a fortress, capital city fortress that can move between regions. It is very dangerous to just let it wander around. And yes, I do believe they are going to be heavily political and very very secure. Yeah, I do agree they're not going to be destroyed per se. That somebody's going to lose $10 million in 1 second. I think they're going to be more like attack, manipulated, and used in a sense so they cannot be the dominating power in any one instant in the metaverse of Star Atlas.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And
I'm
imagine,
also interested in watching this, right? Like who's going to televise this, right? Like who's going to cover, the whether it's political or espionage news, right, happening inside Titan X, um, and even just that day, if it were to ever just blow up or to deconstruct, if it's ever going to be recorded, right? Um, we got to make sure CNN has content, right, to release.
absolutely,
Sure.
Pablo. Imagine you are the guy that's on the Titan ship when it's getting attacked and destroyed, man. Imagine how many followers you would get,
Yeah,
overnight.
yeah. Imagine doing the Atlas Brew live on Titan. It's like being destroyed.
Yeah, man.
Probably not the best environment, but we can try.
Yeah, adverse environment, but yeah, that would definitely be lots of fun. Covering live stage the battle for the Titan. When there's something that I think that can happen, because Titan's power can go over someone's head. Like maybe they get ideas like, if I have my Titan, why don't I try to rule the galaxy? Fair point. You have this kind of doomsday machine. You might have a very strong guild behind you. What if they try to make empire inside Star Atlas and go dominating region after region in the high risk zone, controlling the best resources, the best places in the universe? Would the community rise against it? That would be awesome to see, guys. To watch as a content, like from television perspective, people waging war against the Titan. There's a lot of cool stuff that can happen while you're talking about Titan's gameplay.
I definitely gonna have to think about that one. Give me a few weeks, but I get a feeling that yes, most of the time, all the players will rise against anyone trying to take over the entire universe. That has never worked. I don't think they'll put a $10 million on the table just to try to take control over the hot resources. But they might. I mean, especially when there are three other titans floating around. I don't think the other titan owners are gonna like it.
And
we might
let me
we might get a chair of power, right? That I do see happen.
may I suggest something really evil? What if one person got all the Titans and
No.
then he tried to do that?
Oh, come on. That would be like a very wealthy person. If each Titan is $10 million, you would need somebody with 40, 50, plus all the supporting units and running the faction. You're talking about somebody very, very wealthy and very influential with a heavy structure to be able to run and coordinate all those things. I mean, who is
And
that? Anyone raise their hand?
I'll tell
Yeah,
you,
probably.
Bohemian.
I don't see
That's
that happening.
I'll
Well,
tell you,
to be honest,
Santi. That might actually happen.
it does raise
That's
interesting.
actually very possible to happen.
Um,
In my
yeah, what
opinion.
would happen? Just like Jose said, if somebody did own all the Titans, now what they would have to do is get players on their side. Look, I've got the tools. Join me, and we'll conquer the universe. What will happen then? You'll have the two sides. You'll have one which will say, "Yeah, I want to be part of this winning regime," but then you'll have the rebels, or to say, "Right, we're not going to let these people rule the universe." So now we all need to get together and fight them. So it's going to be that thing of two sides. Are people going to join this person who owns all the Titans and help them, you know, control the metaverse, as it were? Or are people going to say, ain't going to happen. We're going to take you out. Because if they've only got a small band of people with them, everybody else can band together and basically wipe out the Titans or.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, Rayo.
I can tell you it's already some things that some guilds have been thinking about. Like if people plan to just master the game by, like, as you say, by 3 Titans, there's gonna be a big rebellion happening. Well, Dark matter is one of them. We've been clearly open about that. Well, I mean, they can try, but I think there's going to be a lot of rebellion against that, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna-
And think about that, guys. If you had a venture capital company, I'm just thinking aloud here. Hopefully they are listening to us, right now. But yeah, you had all that capital. You want to invest in one of the metaverses that are most promising. You see Star Atlas, you see the project, you see everything that we are building here. You see the dream of this community, the passion of that everyone here has for the game. Wouldn't you try to capitalize on that? They aren't concerned about that. So this is actually a possibility. Yeah, we need to consider that. You know, this isn't impossible. This is not something to be just, this is impossible. No, this is pretty possible, and we need
Well,
to be aware of this as the community.
you convinced me. I'm officially studying the Rebel Alliance, just like the Star Wars, because it sounds like the Empire might be coming and we need the Rebel Alliance. Dead
Yeah, for
Stars are
sure.
coming.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
Santi and Jojo, I have a question for you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Since all the ships on Star Atlas are NFTs and we can craft them, even though it's a really crazy idea, and even if it's doable, it will take I don't know how many months or years. Will it be possible to craft a Titan ship in the future? Like, it will be is the blueprint? Will it be ready?
That's
For
a
players?
great question.
That's a great
There
question.
will be opportunity for crafting Titan ships, but that's very far down the line and everything like that. But there will be opportunity for people to craft Titan ships. But with the capability of crafting Titan ships also comes the complication of time consumption with it. Because a Titan ship, obviously, with the amount of resources and everything like that, and its capabilities for the future and everything like that, comes with the whole thing of it's going to take time, for sure.
Yeah, and when Ronin talked about that, I remember the mega projects in the faction DAO, on the economical paper. Maybe you need to trigger a large scale event such as that one to be able to build a Titan ship. I'm sure that there will be lots of requirements to do that, but this is Star Atlas, man. This is your universe. This is the universe of the players. If we have enough support from the community, people are joining together to do something, they will get things done. This is the kind of game that we are trying to build here. So yeah, we don't want to keep things away from you guys. We want to, with hard work, with dedication, everything is possible.
Yeah, look at the Sogmian people. Was it the Sogmian people? The
Sogmian.
race.
Yeah, the race that
yeah.
created the last bosom. That's them.
Yeah, they created a Titan. So
yeah, if they did, why you guys can't? I don't see why.
follow the example. It was their last option to stay alive.
Yeah, they had 10,000 members doing that. So yeah, it takes a lot of resources.
Yeah, that also opens Pandora's box. I mean, the moment the other Titan owners realize you're beginning to build a Titan, you basically declaring war against them, or you have to come into an agreement with them already. So it gets complicated beyond just the time and the resources. And
Perfect, Bohemian.
Yes.
Perfect, man.
This is something that Jose touched on last time when we discussed law. People asked the question: how were the Sogmians able to construct the last stand without anybody noticing? So, what you've just said actually brings that same question about again. Will people know that people are constructing a Titan?
Yeah, how people will construct that Titan.
Depends. It depends and so on. So, I mean, it really does go more so off of like future decision making on like where things can get made and so on. But I mean, if something is getting built in the universe as to that kind of metric and scale and everything like that, why wouldn't somebody be able to see it being constructed in its entirety and then know who it's coming from and everything like that? You know what I mean? Like it's so massive, it's so big, depending on where it is or who's constructing it and everything like that. I mean, the possibilities are endless for that.
Well, maybe you can ask it. I mean, Anti could say that he's just building his play palace or something, and then it turns out to be a Titan ship. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
true. But I mean, like at that point and so on, you would see the like ginormous scale that it is. Because I mean, a Titan ship in itself and everything like that is what to the scale of a large space station, and a large space station is probably like something that's completely kitted out with modules and everything like that. So I mean, you're not constructing a space station. What are you constructing then?
Yeah, Dreaming
Yeah,
Dragon
there's
said that in EVE Online, a Titan was made in secrecy. So, yeah, Dreaming Dragon, if you want to expand on that, I think that's pretty cool. Wow.
yep,
Wow.
This
yep,
is
I
awesome.
remember that. And in EVE Online, I mean, I don't know right now. I stopped playing years ago, but to be able to craft the Titan, it would take months plus so many resources. But they were able to do it, and there is a very and it's a big and it's kind of an irony. And also in the same thing in Eve, each faction actually got one Titan. So there's that a similarity between Star Atlas and Eve.
Yeah, but we won't have that cap, I guess, or this is something that wasn't disclosed yet. But yeah, you know, I don't see. Maybe Ronin could expand on that, but I don't see why there should be only a Titan per faction.
well, one thing we don't know the components or the or what is required to build a Titan, but that kind of a specialized large structure, I'm sure that it requires a certain very specific resources or modules that can only be fabricated at some key points in the universe. If you tap into those supply lines and you keep track of them, you know if someone is attempting to build a Titan or not, and you can track it. Like on EVE Online, they were able to find out. Okay, and I think it's going to be more difficult on I don't know, maybe more difficult than EVE Online to build Titans in Star Atlas. Yeah, we'll see.
I can elaborate a little bit more for you on regards to like the Titans and like what their availability will be like and so on. So obviously, I'm pretty sure most people know and so on that there will be like a Titan for each of the factions and everything. Um, but there will also be the possibility, or there will be the capability for people to create Titans in those factions as well. So it won't be one Titan per faction, for instance. So if a guild or a organization or something like that has the capability or availability, then they will be allowed to make one and so on. We don't want to restrict people from having the opportunity to create a Titan. Just like before, it's about like more so like where is it going to be situated, all of those things and so on. Those are still things that are coming in and whatnot, and then as well as like the amount of resources it's going to take and the amount of time it's going to take, because it's definitely not going to be built in a week, even if you had all the resources or anything like that and so on. There's still some like other things that are going to take time, like the where you build it and everything like that may take it a certain amount of months and everything like that in order to build the Titan itself. But
This is
otherwise, there will be capabilities for everybody to, or every organization to build a Titan ship.
this is awesome, man.
I'll take two.
And and yes, man, the idea here is to to hear you guys' feedback as well, and you guys need to remember that all everything that we are talking about here, even Ronings, this is a work in development, because what we are trying to do here is find engaging content to fill the Staratas project with, and your feedback is really important on those structures and what we are thinking about doing here in Star Atlas. So yeah, Titans.
Just to add, the team really listens to the brews and to the feedback. So yeah, if anyone has like any concerns or anything that they would like to share, I know that ODV typed some, but we are more than happy to discuss anything.
Yeah,
I got a question.
like the technical behind it all. I mean, like, how is a Titan ship, actually working in the game, given the scale and everything? The current tech, I don't think is capable of, carrying out all of this in this case quality that Star Atlas is aiming for. I think
Right.
that's
Yeah.
kind of like one of the big worries.
Yeah, that's super valid concern. Again, like maybe if someone wants to step in, of course, me and Jose had no idea about the technical stuff, but it's always food for thought for the team,
W-
and
When
we
you
always share the brew with the
sorry,
team. So
sorry,
go
Sandy.
ahead, man.
But when
Go
you
go
talk
go go go.
about like technical difficulties and everything like that, what are you trying to elaborate on? Like the graphics behind it and everything like that, or the capability of gameplay with it? Like, just give me a little bit more.
Like,
This is
how are
awesome,
you?
guys.
Like, how are you supposed to be like driving a huge Titan ship into a battle, supposedly against other Titan ship and a lot of other ships, surrounding and supporting the ships? I mean, look, we're talking about like thousands of people going to battle against each other here. Like,
So So UE5 offers an amazing capability by when things are very static on a ship and everything like that, which they're not going to move. They don't have an animation behind them or anything like that. You turn them into nanites, and with nanites, it basically breaks down the entire image. The image still renders at high quality and everything like that, but the amount of taxing it takes on your engine and everything like that has reduced to, I think, like 1/3 of the average usage that it would have originally taken and so on. So UE5 gives us a lot of more capability in bringing and rendering things at a much higher quality for everybody to take part in and so on. So like having the nanites and everything like that gives that capability as well.
yeah, sure. Then there's still, the amount of players has to be on the same server. I don't know exactly how that works on Unreal 5, but on other Unreal 4 engine games, at least, that amount is not in the thousands.
Yeah, no, but the big thing as well and so on is there's ever evolving new technology and so on, as well as with like how these things come into about and so on, with how like you could basically stress relieve it across multiple chains and so on, as to what the usage is and everything like that, or like I don't know exactly the specifics behind it and everything like that, with having thousands in a certain zone and everything like that, but I mean, we're all thinking about all of these things at the same time and so on, and making sure that when that whole capability comes in and everything like that, obviously very far down the line and everything, that the that that people will be able to engage with one another, whether it's hundreds or thousands.
Okay, but then is my question, why selling them this year, if we don't have the capability to use them at any point soon? So what we gonna do with them? Like, do we gonna stake them in Score, or are they available in Scream, or are they just there?
The Titan ships currently,
Yeah.
I can't reveal too much information on that right now, but but they will be available and everything like that, and they will have a purpose in like Score or Scream and everything like that. And the development that we're doing on Scream and everything like that it's phenomenal, and I can't talk about it very much right now and everything, but it's phenomenal. It's honestly, it's amazing. It really looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. But
This is a alpha moment.
Maybe too
that's
much
not
alpha, huh?
that's not. I mean, I haven't said a word about it. So
No,
Yeah,
no
we
one heard
haven't
any alpha. If someone says they heard alpha now, they'll get kicked.
uh, but
I want to feel better. I want to be able to sleep tonight, and just tell me, I will always know where every single Titan is in the universe, right? Tell me yes.
Why
say
would
again.
you?
Just repeat the question again.
I mean, are these Titans? I mean, they are like moons by themselves. I mean, they're planet size. So I don't know how big they are, but they're very large. So I imagine that they'll be very difficult to hide, and everyone will know where they are in the universe. Correct?
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, like if you have like the availability to basically be in their vicinity and everything like that, you'll very much know that they're there.
Yeah, but you
But
need
I
someone to
mean,
scout him.
Well,
You
why
it
can't you
won't
have a
be
secret
it
code?
won't be
So
public information.
it's not going to be public.
Yeah, why would it be
Yeah,
public?
well, if a Titan ship has a certain amount of stealth and everything like that, I mean, it's more so going to take or be a requirement from like guild members to keep track of those ships and so on. If you are at war with them or something like that, it's that you may need to track it or something like that, or there
How
may be
big?
other mechanics and so on.
How? I
Well,
mean,
there's
if
a
you,
reason why we have a data on the roll. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
how fast are the Titans? I mean, now that opens my question. You know, how fast are they? Are they as fast as a battleship? Are they as fast as a Oppo jet? Or how fast are they?
I can't reveal that information, unfortunately. I'm actually working on that stuff now and so on, so I can't really reveal that stuff, unfortunately.
We need you in the team, Brony. Don't get fired yet.
Yeah, please.
here's a question.
Okay, I understand. There is an answer, but you cannot share it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
They're
imagine
thinking
it.
about it, man.
I'll
They're
imagine it.
thinking about it.
What about this? Imagine the Titan's got its shields up, right? And it basically just guns for a bunch of ships in front of it. Will they bounce off the Titan if they've got their shields on, or will they just explode? Because obviously the mass of the Titan is just humongous.
You mean ships? You said ships inside the Titan?
No. So imagine you've got a Titan, and then you've got a bunch of ships in front of it. So imagine they're just shooting whatever the Titan's got shields up, so it's not really doing anything. If the Titan just guns at them, like just flies forward towards these other ships, if they've got their shields on, will they bounce off and get sent flying, or would they just explode?
This is an interesting question. Did you think
yeah.
about that, Ronnie?
It depends on the shield, the type of shield they're using, right?
Ronin taking notes for the team.
Yeah.
Look, I'm listening and I'm thinking at the same time. There's lots to do, lots to think about and whatnot. You know, like at least it's enjoyable to hear everybody's comments and put some feedback in and everything like that as well.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
For sure. I just have another question.
Sorry, about finding the Titans in the universe. I think because of the lore, we heard about this universe being a galaxy, and the galaxy is usually so big that even if it's the size of a planet, I think it's not possible to locate anything in a galaxy just like that. Even if you use a telescope, it would be really difficult if you don't know exactly where to look for. And also, by the way, another question regarding the maybe one person having all the three titans, something like a little crazy. But what if Mark Zuckerberg or Facebook could buy the three titans all together and create a war inside Star Atlas? And would that be a way to destroy Star Atlas, like causing a massive loss for players and everything like that?
I don't think so. I think if Zuckerberg went and did that, I think everybody in Star Atlas would band together and say, right, let's deal with it.
You guys will take the money from Zuckerberg, probably.
Rebel Alliance is the answer. The Rebel Alliance.
Take the money and run.
Yeah, but I mean,
If
that
you
would
do that,
create a
Star-
loss. That would create a loss so big that maybe some people would lose all their money in a war like that.
But can Zuckerberg by himself use the three titans without the help of the community of Star Atlas? You know, I don't think so.
It depends how fast they
Yes
move.
enough
That's what I'm very
support
concerned about the speed of these titans. I'm very concerned if they move slow, like I believe they should, unless there's new physics in this metaverse. Then they can be managed. They can be controlled. We can move around them. Smaller ships can go around it. A titan cannot catch my bicycle. Okay, maybe I hope not. And so it depends how fast these titans are. So that's a very important question. They can do quantum jumping or whatever, but it is a very important question. How
So I
fast
think
these
if they can do
structures
not
are?
quantum
only for the
jumping,
Titans,
I
but for all the
this is
ships.
I
Lumin.
yeah,
I
I
have
guess
an
what I'm
idea about that, but I don't know if Ronin might correct me. But and I'm gonna give the same example with Eve. In Eve, the Titan, I think we're kind of having a misconception here because when we think about wars, we're thinking about all-out wars and Titan fighting everything. In Eve, for example, a Titan is not used for regular fights. I mean, a Titan in Eve has a sort of a doomsday device where it would take, I think it was like a 30 minutes or half an hour or an hour or something like that to recharge that.
Push to talk.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, I hate it. So it would take some time
Sacramento.
to recharge that doomsday's device and then pretty much destroy an entire planet. So plus, in terms of the mobility and the movement of the Titan, as you know, of the Titan itself, it doesn't even need a Stargate. Yeah, I mean, it will just jump drive on its own. So I don't think mobility would,
Oh no.
push
We
to
if
lose
there
him.
is some sort of a war uh, currently going on. I don't think movement would be a concern for a Titan. I mean, I think we're kind of we're trying to visualize a sort of a war scenario when there's a Titan is involved, but I think we're kind of looking from sort of a different size or a different perspective because Titans are going to be used for pretty much obliterate an entire planet, and it would take some time I would assume, to recharge those. And I don't think the Titan will just go in a regular fight. Like I would assume we would see a Titan going in a war maybe once or maybe twice in a year or in 5 years. And that's just my take.
Yeah, and we need to remember that the titans are not like titans. Each one of them is a different ship with different abilities and stuff like that. So yeah, this will
I
also
think
be
a
Yes.
really interesting.
When is the
couple of things that
when is
people think. If a Titan tries to jump, if you look at all these other sci-fi movies, if a ship tries to jump and you're within its vicinity, you can follow them through that portal or wherever they're jumping to. So you could still be firing at them whilst they're jumping to another location. The other thing which Jose sort of touched on, but nobody's really grasped, is these titans are basically superstructures. So within them, you've got an entire ecosystem. So apart from all the people, you've got all those other players with their own ships in the hangars. So imagine if a titan is being attacked, the titan doesn't necessarily need to run away or maneuver because that's where it unloads its arsenal, the other ships that come out to defend it and protect it. And that's what one thing which a lot of people don't seem to have touched on in this conversation, where this is where Jose's been saying, look, what does it take to maintain the Titan? All the people within it have to play a part, not just in terms of resources, but protecting it as well. And this is where this ancillary of ships that are contained in the hangars within it, it's basically support or protection personnel, come into play. So we're just thinking in this one of just a Titan facing, another Titan or another bunch of ships. But people are forgetting what's within the Titan, not just the Titan's own, direct arsenal. You're forgetting about what's within it. So, somebody might come with a massive fleet and say, right, we're going to deal with it, take out this Titan, but then they don't know what the Titan's got, under its sleeve, basically.
Well, I think that is well understood. I mean, we've seen enough science fiction movies. We know these are mega superstructures of some kind, and they serve as super carriers, right? And they already mentioned fleets, entire fleets. Inside these Titans, supporting it with thousands of players. So yes, if it stays within that sphere of strategy, and then yeah, I mean it's acceptable. But since we were talking about, hey, they still don't know exactly the capabilities of this Titan. That's why I was asking, how fast is it? What are its capabilities, and trying to get a little sense of the whether it's going to be just like a standard. I mean, of what we know, like a Death Star, or the Titans on the E, but something similar like that. So if it stays within that, I mean, I think it's very manageable. I hope it does.
I think a point that we're overstepping in terms of like moving and capacity of a ship is we're not taking account into the deliberate cost of doing anything on the ship. If you're moving 1 foot in an Opal jet compared to 1 foot in a Titan, it's going to be extremely expensive. Everything's going to have to be deliberate and purposeful. So I don't think everyone's going to be warping everywhere with a Titan ship unless there's an actual massive economic reason to do so, because it's going to be extremely expensive to even move it, 2 centimeters.
Correct.
Well,
I totally agree that.
what if you
Otherwise,
get a spore drive? What if you get a spore drive and tap into the mycelium network?
could you repeat that last? What kind of drive were you talking
He
about?
wants a sport drive from
I
Star
got a
Trek.
spore drive.
Spore
Yeah.
drive. You know the problems with that, okay? So let's not talk about it.
I had a hard time with that show. I'm not gonna lie. I had a really hard time with that show.
But let's talk about how you imagine like they arrive in the game. Like we have no coordinate locked NFTs yet, but then at some point, maybe in Scream or after Scream, we get the coordinates. So can we choose where the Titan arrives? Like could an owner place them strategic on a choke point to the red zone somewhere or something like that? Or you think they start in the neutral zone, or how this gonna play out?
Yeah, you mean there will be a coordinate system at some point. Yes, this is under development. We're not sure when, but it's gonna be there. But you won't be able to move your assets in the world of Star Atlas through, trading like that, in the real world. Otherwise, yeah, something like a gank would spawn in the middle of the galaxy. I'm sure that there will be ways to control that.
So we all gonna start at the same position somewhere at the starting point or
Yeah,
something like that?
that was actually revealed yet. There will be a starting point for each faction in their home worlds.
Okay.
The main station, right? That's where we all began, on the
Yeah.
home, on the faction home station.
Yeah.
So that's where the Titans start as well. So even to move them
Possible.
from there, somebody would need a lot of money to move them to the red zone, for example.
Yeah, we see people moving the first day to where they want to be.
And a whole bunch of spies following these Titans, because they're not going to be alone, right?
Yeah, that's what I
Never
wanted
alone.
to tell the Kepler net. We don't need a telescope to find the Titan. There will be people following these things all the time. Like,
Correct.
Like
Tracking the
journalists.
blockchain, everything.
True.
Has anyone come out with that idea? Being able to use the blockchain to track the location of the chips in game?
we were
You can't
discussing
do that.
about.
Yeah,
But
I think Chip covered this. You are not going to be able to see the coordinates
Good.
on chain if you don't own
Thank you.
the ship.
That would
and
be
Zesk, I
bullcrap.
wanted to ask you the police guy, can you imagine something like a DAO on a Titan? Like, like the region DAOs, but like if you got 1,000 players on a Titan, could there be a GAO on a Titan?
As a Titan, as a region of Star Atlas, you mean?
Yeah, something if it's too big, like or mothership.
This would be pretty awesome, man. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe we can suggest this to the team, making the Titan an official city or region of Star Atlas.
Yeah, this could also mean like that you need a lot of people to move it or control it or decide what to do with it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
DAOs
Yeah,
within
man.
DAOs, right? DAOs within DAOs, or DAX within DAX to control it.
Yeah, something.
This is interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
because
can
yeah,
It
shoot
kind
the
of
for the
thing
blends
world.
is,
into like the guild system, the DAX system that they are going to implement at some point. Like, are the Titans like just going to be released before guilds will get an opportunity to like band together, try to get the Titan, or is it just going to be on sale like whenever it's going on sale?
What was the question again?
Like we're supposed to be able to uh, gather together people in the guild and gather money in a guild DAO, and then supposedly you could buy like big ship like Titans, like it's been said. But it seems like the Titans are going to be released before the DAC system is going to be live.
Yeah,
I'm not
looks
sure
like
about.
it. I'm not sure about the timelines, but looks like it. Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It feels to me, it feels like the Titans are still like after the summer, kind of towards the end of the year. I don't know. That's my feeling.
we don't really have like the clear dates yet, and there's still a lot of info to be released. So yeah, we still don't know. It's pure speculation so far.
And the DAOs are coming. I think they'll come before the Titans. That's my feeling too. It may kind of make sense there because Star Atlas has mentioned in the last town hall they're focusing on the DAO, right? Which indirectly means the DAX.
Not directly. I
Not
think that's more
directly.
about the Polish DAO.
Yeah.
What I
Like
mean is like
staking.
the guild system that they are going to develop, where guilds
Yeah.
can gather money together to buy bigger
For
ships and
guild
stuff.
management, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
it's a different thing. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
having
but
a guild
they're already
treasury.
doing that. The external DAOs are already being created to buy like those $100,000 ships. I mean, that's already been done by several factions. I mean, sorry, several guilds.
You mean external systems?
External
organize.
DAOs. External
Yeah.
DAOs have been created to purchase large spaceships. Yes, that is already done. I know some individuals that have bought into it.
Yeah, but that's only a chosen few with some good programmers in their guilds. We thought about a system for all the guilds.
Correct.
To
It's
make
private.
something.
It's private. Yeah, it's private.
So
Santi?
guys, yeah,
it's
I don't want to be the party pooper as always, but I'm always that guy. At least when I'm hosting. So I think that we can close now the official Atlas Brew. As always, I will let you guys continue the conversation, and I encourage everyone to stay if you want to continue theory crafting and chatting and speaking with each other. What we only do is just finish officially the Atlas Brew. Also because it's too late. Not too late, but it's late in the in where Jose and I live. So yeah, I'm reading the chat. Farmer, you say no lore tonight. We didn't have the time really, so we'll save it
Yeah,
for the
man.
next brew.
Sorry. The next
We'll
brew
save it.
more focused on lore, and maybe
Yeah.
we'll be able to disclose a really interesting alpha for you guys.
Yeah, we are trying to get you guys alpha. Like every brew, you will see Jose and me inside the team asking like everyone like, hey,
Yeah,
tell me a little bit.
when alpha, when alpha.
Yeah. So we'll try to get some really good alpha for the next brew, and we will dive deep into Cadet Wen's, Lieutenant Wen's mind,
Lore.
right?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It's gonna be exciting. You'll see the universe that we are building.
More DAO and DAC leaks. Yes.
Yeah, I think We lost Jose, maybe. Jose, you still with us? Okay, I think we lost him. Can you guys hear me, or is it just
Yeah,
checking if
like
it's
it.
me? Or
Yes.
We can hear you.
okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So we will close now. The next brew. As always, if you want to speak about a specific topic, just drop it on the Atlas Brew chat, and we are always reading, and we love your ideas. So just shoot, and we will take a look. So thank you guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. This was the Atlas Brew number 8. We really enjoy hosting this, and we really enjoy all the comments and everything that we hear. And we always also share the brews with the team so they can listen to your feedback. And well, thank you for joining. This was the Atlas Brew, and power to the people as always. Stay in the voice chat if you want to continue the conversation. Bye bye.